Hey everybody, what's up? Once again, Jason here. Kind of an odds and ends video for you. It is June 5th in the evening time. The score, if you need to know, is 1-1, Pittsburgh versus Nashville. And as much as I admire Nashville and their play, they did knock St. Louis out. So as much as I dislike Pittsburgh, I find myself rooting for Pittsburgh. So that said, what do I have for you today? A couple of things, if you'll notice. Some bot cards. Where did these come from? These come from a gentleman named Peter. Now I'm going to butcher the name probably. Sorry, Peter. Peter Kossits. Not exactly sure how to say that. You can find the gentleman on Board Game Geek, especially if you search for keywords ASL solo bot. I believe that's under the ASL Starter Kit entry on Board Game Geek. And he's a gentleman that developed the system for using the solitaire bot system, as he calls it, for a squad leader. Now, you can also go on YouTube, put in ASL solo bot. He's got a two-part video that he has up of some live action play that he recorded of Vassal demonstrating the system. Now, I still have questions regarding the system, but I am a big admirer of it, and wanted to bring that to some other people's attention, if nothing else, because it's at least in my opinion, worth the effort to locate and download the files, print it out. It's free. But also, and more importantly, I would be interested to hear what other people have to say regarding this system. Now, I don't know if I have this right, but I think he, 2016 maybe, is when he started this. Could be wrong. But he's definitely put in the time. Good job, Peter. In the play testing, as have many other worthwhile individuals. So this system has gone through some rigorous testing. It's not just something that some random person came up with and thought, hey, this is a cool idea, I'll share it with everybody, having never tried it or play tested it or anything like that. So again, go to Board Game Geek. You can download the files and print everything out and have what I have now. What I do have here is something a little different than what is currently offered, and I say currently because I took it upon myself to redo some of the artwork. No offense, but wasn't particularly fond of the graphic style that was currently being offered. So I thought, what could I do? And ended up doing a kind of black and white early days throwback design. And this is the result. Now, I've uploaded the files to Board Game Geek as we speak, still waiting for those to be approved, and assuming they are approved, I don't know why they wouldn't be, this will be available for everybody as well. But again, all credit really does go to Peter for all the hard work he did and the cleverness in coming up with the system. So, without further ado, let's introduce the system just briefly. These are just the card fronts, and the quality of the image, I suppose, is around, I wouldn't say it's 100%, but I've had this printed out at Office Depot, so I'm wondering about the quality of the printer, because the one at work, I can print out just about anything and it comes out beautifully on that printer. But anyway, that's the card fronts. Again, old school throwback design, and there's the most important stuff now. Again, old school throwback design, which goes back to the early days of squad leader scenarios, and I don't know if anybody has noticed or not, but there is a difference between the artwork in the early days and then once you get around ASL Annual 93, something like that, you'll notice a significant change in the artwork. It's less pixelated, or you know, that pointillism style that you see isn't used. It looks more like a straight off photocopy. So that's neither here nor there, but I decided to go again with the old school stuff. So you've got some information here that will help you roll through the bot system And primarily the system focuses on the economy of firepower, etc. When you're taking a shot, you have what he refers to as a normalized firepower here. This would be a 4. And you add in modifiers, be it positive or negative for cover, etc. So if it's a positive modifier, which of course is bad, you would column shift to the left so that your firepower goes down. If it's a negative modifier wise, the column would shift to the right, and you compare this modifier to a unit that has a viable shot. And this is a very condensed, simplified explanation. There's I think the rules are now up to 40 pages of examples, explanatory notes, etc. that you can print out that go more in depth with this system. And then he's got some other information down here that deals with most firepower, most exposed, and then finally a way to determine movement, which gets slightly more involved. But again, it's a clever system. It's interesting, and again, hats off to Peter for all the time he spent on this, and that's really what I wanted to do. Ultimately, was bring this to the attention of people, so more people can enjoy the work that he put into this. Just showing you some of the artwork on here. So a lot of these are from old squad leader scenarios. But yeah, so thanks again to Peter for all the hard work. And again, I'd love to hear from people who have used this and determined what they think. Number of solo systems out there. There's if you can find it, a critical hit kind of bot system that's available. There's of course the Conflict of Heroes solo system. Lock and Load has now jumped on the solo bandwagon, and I think companies are finally realizing that whatever the reason may be, people tend to play solo perhaps more than was realized. I myself, that's primarily all I do is solitaire gaming, and I think this is finally being addressed the way it should be, because there were so many, such a limited amount of options to regarding what was available. So it's nice to see more options out there. And of course, I'll go ahead and plug Platoon Leader. That was only natural for me to try and come up with a system that can be played solitaire, being that that's primarily how I play my games. So wanted to share that with you. And also once these files are up, and I don't have the other ones printed out, the original bot cards. They are in color. These are in black and white, primarily because I couldn't decide on a color, so I just went black and white. Plus, it gives it, again, more of an old school look to it. But if you do print these out, I also threw in a couple sniper cards that I developed. This will help you you can get a die. I've got some battle school dice that I use to keep track of which side this card would refer to, or if it's 2 players, you could simply do that. But so put your nationality die on whatever sniper activation number there is, and then you have, of course, the results of a die roll, so your 1 and your 2 results listed on there. And then just for illustrative purposes, it really serves no function. You've got the sniper counter superimposed on there as well. So those are on there too, and again, just want to share this with you, and would remind you that June 6th, tomorrow, is history, and for a number of reasons. Of course, that is the anniversary of D-Day, but also year in the making, talking about advanced platoon leader game that will be available tomorrow, a trumped up version, probably a terrible metaphor to use, but a deluxe, improved, more detailed, a heavy, thick version of Platoon Leader. Again, that'll be available tomorrow, and for the first time, H&S Games is releasing this in a limited, I should say extremely limited, boxed version. This thing's going to go fast, and once it's gone, it's gone. That's it. We'll have Ziploc versions as well. and then finally the download, print, and play version. So that's pretty much it. Until next time, please check out Peter's bot system. A lot of effort and time was put into this, not just by him, by others as well. And let us know what you think. So talk to you later.